How's it going, you guys? AZPlow21 here with another pay-per-view in our UFC Reborn save here in WMMA 5, and it's a big one. UFC 291, Jones versus Miocic. That's right, John Jones and Stipe finally going at it live from Madison Square Garden. We got a great pay-per-view card on tap for you guys here today. It should be a good one. Appreciate you guys, whether you're watching me on YouTube or Twitch. Be sure to like the video, leave a comment down below of what you think, and be sure to subscribe if you have not already done so. Next episode will be live from France. UFC Fight Night Gone versus Pavlovich. Again, I'm a mind reader. I'm a fortune teller. I knew that sometime in September there was going to be a card in France with Gone on it. Only difference being I booked Pavlovich instead of Spivak. Our last episode, by the way, Sergey Spivak getting a big win over Alexander Volkov in the main event of that one. So that remains to be seen. Gone versus Pavlovich should be a good one, but let's get right down to it. UFC 291, Jones versus Miocic is our main event today. Let's get it. Show taking place in New York City, Madison Square Garden. Love to see it, and let's get started with our prelims. The Violence Queen, Ariane Lipski, taking on Julia Avila at the bantamweight division. Lipski is a slight favorite, and she does get the win TKO in round number 2. Love to see it, and she's calling out Raquel Pennington of all fighters. The Celtic Kid, Jake Matthews, takes on Tim the Dirty Bird Means at 170, and it is the Dirty Bird getting the win via unanimous decision here today. Thiago Moises taking on Rafa Garcia at 155. 16-3 is Rafa Garcia, and he loses here to Thiago Moises via unanimous decision. 18th win of Thiago's career. Court McGee taking on Nico Price in what should be a very interesting fight. 170 Court McGee, a big veteran of the Octagon, 10-10 in his career, as it's Nico Price with the TKO victory in round number 2, 16th win of his career. The immortal Matt Brown taking on Santiago Ponzinibio on the prelims of all places. Ponzinibio, number 23 in the division, coming off a loss to Kevin Holland. On the other side, Matt Brown, 42 years of age, losing to Brian Barberena in his last time up. And it is Matt Brown beating Ponzinibio in a fantastic fight via TKO. The 42-year-old still got it, and maybe looking to make his way up the rankings. And Carlos Diego Ferreira taking on Renato Moicano. Moicano very close to a title fight pretty early on in his career. Losing to Brian Ortega did him no favors. Coming off a win over Brad Riddell. Carlos Diego Ferreira on the other side, with 3 straight losses to his name. Benil Dariush, Gregor Gillespie, and Mateusz Gamrot looking for a big win here over Moicano, and he does not get it. Moicano with the unanimous decision victory after 3 rounds. And that will bring us to our final prelim, our featured prelim, as it's Michael Chiesa taking on Gunnar Nelson at 170. Number 17 in the division is Gunnar Nelson, coming off 2 straight wins, the last one being over Brian Barberena. And Mike Chiesa taking on Nelson, coming off 2 straight losses, Vicente Luque and Sean Brady. In our featured prelim, it is Michael Chiesa getting the knockout win over Gunnar Nelson, as he takes us into our pay-per-view with a banger. At 145, it's Josh Emmett taking on Arnold Almighty Allen. Love to see it. Josh Emmett, a huge underdog against the young Arnold Allen. And it is Allen in a fantastic fight, getting a knockout win over Josh Emmett in round number 3. Wonderboy Stephen Thompson taking on Shavkat Rakhmonov, undefeated at 17-0. We have not seen Shavkat fight somebody quite like Wonderboy Thompson. And Wonderboy would love to see what he can do here, coming off that win over Kevin Holland over in December. And I would love to see him have a little run before he retires. A win over a guy like Shavkat, man, that'd be huge for him, as it is not to be. Rakhmonov just too good, 18-0 now with a big win over a veteran like Wonderboy Thompson. And he just praises Thompson for a good fight. Everyone loves them some Shavkat. Moving on to the light heavyweight division, Alex Pereira taking on the former champion in Jan Blachowicz. Blachowicz looking for his 30th win of his career, while Alex is looking for a fast track to a title shot at 205. Ferreira just a small underdog as he takes on the Polish power Jan Blachowicz, but it's Alex Ferreira getting the win in a unanimous decision over the number 3 light heavyweight in the division. That is insane, and he might just be on a fast track to the title. As we go right to our co-main event of the evening. I mean, I would hope it's a 5-round fight. It is a 5-round fight in real life, but here we can't make it a 5-round fight, so it has to be a 3-rounder. Dustin the Diamond Poirier, number 8 in the lightweight division, coming off that win over Michael Chandler, and takes on Justin Gaethje, coming off his win over Rafael Fiziev. Can't wait to see this fight in real life. I think it's going to be an absolute banger. Last time that it happened, it was Poirier who came out on top here in Arizona, as a matter of fact. And let's see what happens here, as it's Dustin the Diamond Poirier in another fantastic fight between the two of them, coming out on top via unanimous decision. That is a great fight, and I am so excited to see that in real life. As we get to our main event of the evening for the heavyweight championship of the world, just look at how much of a favorite Jon Jones is. I'm almost half expecting Stipe to win here. Stipe, of course, coming off that loss to Francis Ngannou, knocked out in devastating fashion. 2 years later, at age 40, he's asked to fight Jon Jones, coming off a dominant performance against Cyril Gane. Love to see it as we start our main event of the evening for the heavyweight championship of the world. Herb Dean, the referee. Home crowd here as Jon Jones is underway. Remember, Jon Jones is my favorite fighter, irregardless of all the stupid stuff that he does. He's always been my favorite fighter. Ever since UFC Undisputed 3, he was on the demo for the game, and I first played with him, and I was like, okay, this is my guy. Miocic pulls half guard as Jon gets a takedown. Starts going into side control. Miocic allows the pass. Back is exposed. Tight body triangle. Rear naked choke, and he gets it. Oh my God. So a little under 4 minutes is all that it takes, and Jon Bones Jones remains the heavyweight championship of the world. Rear naked choke on Stipe Miocic, and he is still your heavyweight champion, and I don't know who's going to take it off of him. I don't know. Huge win for Jon Jones. Dustin Poirier beating Gaethje once again. Alex Ferreira staking his claim for a possible light heavyweight championship fight. Rakhmonov with a big win over Thompson, and then Arnold Allen with a big win over Josh Emmett here today. Popularity increases all around. You love to see it. We'll give fight of the night to Allen and Emmett. Actually, no, we'll give it to Poirier and Gaethje, because that probably would be fight of the night. We'll give a performance bonus to Jon Jones, and then any other first round finishes. No, then we'll give one to Allen. And we actually lost some money on that pay-per-view, and that's only because we paid Jon Jones $4.5 million and Stipe $1.2 million. So eating up at our budget a little bit there, but it is what it is. Jon Jones victorious here in our pay-per-view main event. Appreciate you guys, whether you're watching on YouTube or Twitch. Like the video, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. I'm AZPlow21, and I will see you guys at the fights.